Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So I know that people usually talk about their goals and their vision boards at the beginning of a new year, and I'm talking about it at the end of August. Well, the reason for that is, as you guys probably know, I'm a track and field athlete, and if you follow track and field, you'll know that the World Athletics World Championship just ended a few days ago. And so that was a 9-day long championship, and I was tuning in every single day and watching all the best track and field athletes around the world compete. And I am not a world-class athlete, but I'm hoping to be one day. And just watching that really just got me in the mindset and got me motivated to really think about what I want my goals to be to get myself to that level. So then I decided to create a vision board starting now of things I want to achieve within the next year. And so a lot of the things on my vision board are going to be track related, most of it is, but I have some other things sprinkled in there, and I just want to talk about it and share it with you guys, because I feel like sometimes a vision board can be something that's personal that you keep to yourself, but it can also be beneficial to share it with other people so that it holds you accountable, because people can be like, didn't you say you were gonna do this? So, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of extra motivation is what I need. So I just made this using Photoshop. I just found some pictures that helped showcase my goals, and I decided to put this vision board in a place that I'm going to see every single day. So I formatted it for my phone's lock screen, because let's be real here, you might even be watching this video on your phone. Everybody looks at their phone 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus times a day. Like, think about how many times you unlock your phone. So now every time before I unlock my phone, I have to look at my goals and be like, am I doing everything I can to get here? No? Well, then I better start. So let me walk you through my vision board. So the first thing you see on the vision board in the top left corner is something that says Quest for Gold, and then there's a chart underneath it. Quest for Gold is this thing in Ontario. It's kind of like a Team Ontario type thing. So let's say you go to the Olympics, you're representing your country. So for me, I'd be on Team Canada. And when you're on Team Canada, you get some funding from that. But then there is like a tier below it that I don't know if every province has, but Ontario has, and it's called Quest for Gold, and it's like a lower level of funding for people within Ontario who have hit a certain standard, and so they want to give you a little bit of money to basically help fund you to gradually move up until you join Team Canada. And so my events are long jump and triple jump. So on this chart, you see the women's standard for long jump and triple jump, and you see one number highlighted in green and a different number highlighted in blue. So for example, if we look at long jump, 579 is in green and 605 is in blue. So what you have is something called being carded. So one of these numbers is to be half carded and the other number is to be fully carded. And so to my understanding, because I'm not a part of Quest for Gold yet, which is why it's one of my goals on my vision board, but to my understanding, if you are fully carded, you get a little bit more funding than someone who is half carded, which is why the fully carded standard is a little bit higher. Except if you look down at triple jump, for both half carded and fully carded, it's the exact same distance of 1272. So this is my first goal because it is the lowest standard. These are the lowest numbers. This is the lowest level of funding. And I am relatively close to these goals. One thing with goal setting that I like to do is not just set one big goal where it's like, I'm not going to achieve that for another 10 years. And then you just don't feel accomplished at all for the next 10 years. I like to set small goals along the way to keep me motivated and to also keep me on track. So, oh, I know I'm on track to hitting this in 10 years because I've hit this in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 3 years, 6 years, 9 years, 10 years. You need to have small wins along the way to get where you want to be, because I do have one big ultimate goal, which we will get to on this vision board, but I need to create small wins along the way to keep me motivated to get to that one big goal. My current personal best in long jump is 5.76 meters. So as you can see, I'm only 3 centimeters away from being half carded on Quest for Gold. So that is a very attainable goal for me. And then my personal best in triple jump is 12:06. And as you can see here, the standard is 12:72, which means I'm 66 centimeters away. But in triple jump, you get 3 jumps, hence why it's called triple jump. So then if you take the 66 and divide it by 3, I only need to add an extra 22 centimeters per phase, and I'm right at that goal. So I'm really not far away from either of these numbers. So this is my first stepping stone towards achieving my ultimate goal. So that is the first thing on my vision board. Moving over to the right, it's just a picture of me. This is a picture from a track meet that I competed in earlier this year. And this is just me landing in the pit after a long jump. Then if we move below that, you see another chart and the text under that, which says Athletics Canada. So these are the standards to get that next level of funding to be on Athletics Canada. And as you can see, this chart is once again for women's long jump and triple jump, but there are multiple different levels. So going from bottom to top, we have talent confirmation, international, world class, and top 8. And so as you move through the chart, the distances get a little bit farther. And I don't know if you get more money per category that you're in, but it basically just like, for example, if you can jump 637 in long jump, they're going to be like, oh, we need to look out for this girl. But then once you jump 652, now you're like on the international level. In all honesty, jumping 652 at like an Olympics or something, you're not even going to make the final. But it's like you're at a level where you can compete with the big girls. You're not going to win against them, but you can compete with the big girls. Like right now, if I go to a track meet and jump 570 against Oleka Mahamba, who's jumping 7 meters, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. But if I jump against her and I jump 650 and she jumps 7 meters, she's only half a meter ahead of me instead of like almost 2 meters ahead of me. You see what I'm saying? So that's when you can start jumping with the big girls, when you get to the international level. So that is my next goal. First, we're trying to tackle Team Ontario, which is Quest for Goals. Then we're trying to tackle making the national team, which is this other chart over here. And then if we look to the left of that, that is just a picture of me triple jumping. It is also from a meet earlier this year. And then if we look over to the right below the Athletics Canada chart, this is a picture from Media Day. So back when I was in university, I was on the varsity track team, and they would want to take pictures of some of the track athletes to post on social media and to like promote our upcoming meets and stuff. And so I was one of the athletes that got selected, and this is one of the pictures that was taken of me, and it's basically just me doing a bound, kind of a triple jump motion, and yeah, just more visualization for what's to come. Then if we look below that, we're getting to ultimate goal territory. So you see this little chart that says long jump 686 and triple jump 1455. And then if you look below that, you see the Paris 2024 Olympics logo. Those two distances are the Olympic standard for the upcoming Paris 2024 Olympics. And that is my ultimate goal. I would love to go to the Olympics. I don't just want to go and then just like not, like I want to go and like make a final, maybe even medal. But like at bare minimum, I just like to qualify. And so these are my goals for that. Like, you gotta jump these numbers or you don't get to go. And so, yeah, the flow is first we do Ontario standard, then we do Canada standard, then we do Olympic standard. That's the flow. That's what we're working towards. And then if we look to the left of the Olympic logo, you see a woman in the splits. That is not me. How I wish it was me. I am not a very flexible person. And I'm trying to be. And so this is one of my just like general goals to get more flexible, because I genuinely think that this will help me in track and field, especially in triple jump, because the way triple jump works, like in your second phase, you're basically in the splits at that point, unless you're me and you're stiff, so it looks more like this instead of this. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to get more like image number 2. I'm really trying to stretch out my phases, and this is just something that has worked for me personally. The more I stretch, the farther I jump. So I made a video years ago at this point, like 3-4 years ago, of me stretching every day for half an hour for 30 days. And during that time, I increased my triple jump PB from 1122 to 1172. I increased it by 50 centimeters just by stretching. And then for long jump, I increased it from 527 to 553. So that's 26 centimeters, like a quarter of a meter just from stretching, right? And so for me, the more I stretch, the better I compete. And so after I made that video of me stretching every single day for 30 days, I kind of just fell off. Like, yes, I'd stretch after practice and stuff, but it'd be like a 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. But whenever I like decide, oh, I'm gonna go back to my stretching routine, I'll do that for like 5 days and then fall off, and then do it for a week and then fall off, and blah, blah, blah. And I just keep falling off. But every time I take a week to stretch, I PB. Like the 2 times I PB'd, no, how many times did I PB this year? I PB'd twice in long jump and 3 times in triple jump. I PB'd 5 times, and all of those came after 1 week of stretching. All of them. So I've gotten back into my stretching routine, and I'm stretching every single day until the Olympics, okay? So it's like, if I'm gonna do my half-hour stretching routine every single day from now until ultimate big goal Olympic trials in June of next year, who knows how far I can jump. And I might even get that split. And that will make me jump even farther, I'm convinced. And then if we move to the bottom right, you see a woman wearing the Team Canada uniform. So this is the old Team Canada uniform from like the 2016 Olympics. So if I do make the 2024 Olympics, my uniform will not look like this. This is the current Team Canada uniform. I don't know if they're going to change it by next year, but the concept is, even though I won't be wearing this exact uniform, the concept is I want to represent Canada on an international stage. I want to have Canada across my chest, and I want to have the flag in the corner. Like, that is just what I'm trying to visualize for myself. I want to visualize myself wearing this uniform. And now we're going to move away from track a little bit. If we go above the Team Canada uniform, you will see a woman holding a camera and some dollar signs around it. So that represents my YouTube channel. And I've had this YouTube channel for 7 years now, 7.5 years. And I just want to see my channel grow. I've always had the channel and like been in school. Like, I started the channel when I was in grade 11, and I didn't finish university until a couple of months ago. And so I was always splitting my time between YouTube and track and school and my job and all this stuff. And so now school, which is a thing that took up a lot of hours out of my day, is now gone, and I'm obviously still doing track, but I feel like I now have more time on my hands to put into my YouTube channel and make better videos. I feel like I've been making some pretty good videos over the years, but I feel like I now have more time to put into it, and I now don't have school stressing me, so maybe I can come up with more creative ideas and just like put more into this channel and really grow it. I don't necessarily have a subscriber goal. I just want to see my YouTube channel become something that I could potentially live off of, because track isn't forever. I know that. And by next year, if I make the Olympics, I'll be 25, and maybe I'll have 10 more years of long jump and triple jump in my legs. But then I'm 35, and it's like, well, what do I do now? You know what I'm saying? And so YouTube is something that I love. If I didn't, I wouldn't be making a video every single week for 7 years. So it's definitely something that I want to continue to do for years and years and years to come. And after my professional track career is over, because I intend to become a professional, don't get it twisted, I'm I'm becoming professional. I'm speaking it into existence. So once my professional track career is over, I would love to do YouTube. And I just want to see my YouTube channel start to flourish. And then the final thing on my vision board, if we look at the bottom panel, you see the interior of a home. And I would like to be able to afford to move out. So I currently live at home with my parents, and I just want to have a point in my life where I live alone. I've always said to my friends, I don't want to move like straight from with my parents in with a significant other. Like, I want to have a point in my life where I just live alone. And like, I don't just feel like, oh, I lived alone for 6 months. Like, no, I'm talking like years. Let's just put it this way. Let's say next year I'm 25, I'm making money, blah, blah, blah. I can afford to move out and I don't have a man. But let's say I get one of those and then I get married when I'm like 30. Let's just throw that out there. Then that means I'll get to live alone for 5 years. And that sounds fantastic. So I want to have a point in my life where it's like, this is my house. I got to do what I want with it. And it's just like, I have my own space to like sit back, relax, do whatever I want, do a lot, do a little. Like, just, if I want to do a lot, I get to. If I don't want to do anything, I can just stay in my bed all day and no one's going to say anything. Like, I just want to have my own space. I just want to have my own place. And this goal isn't necessarily to like buy property, but just like, I can't even afford to rent anywhere right now. Like, I live in Toronto. Toronto is one of the most expensive places to live. And I don't intend to leave Toronto. Like, as I said, I'm doing track. My coach lives here in Toronto, so I'm not going to like move somewhere cheaper and then it's like, who's going to train me? You know what I'm saying? So I don't intend to leave Toronto. I just want to make enough money to live comfortably on my own. And so, yeah, those are my goals, most of which I'm trying to achieve within the next year. Obviously, everything leading up to Paris. Well, Paris is happening next year. So all of my track goals, I'm trying to have them achieved between now and the Olympic trials, which is happening in like mid-June of 2024. And the actual Olympics will be like July, August of 2024. And then the YouTube thing, I just want it to be something that continues to build so that by the time my professional track career is over, because I'm gonna go pro, by the time that's over, I have my YouTube, something else that I really love and I'm really passionate about, and that will become my new source of income after track is done for me. And then just having a home or condo, apartment, townhouse, whatever, I don't care. Just property that I live in on my own, but that requires shmoney. So this track thing needs to start paying me. So yeah, so those are my goals, and I truly think that they're attainable within the time frame that I have set for myself. And as I said, in order to keep myself motivated, I have little stepping stones along the way so that I can celebrate the small wins as they come to keep myself motivated for the very big thing, which is the Olympic trials and ultimately the Olympics next year. So that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday. Thank you to my channel members, and be sure to check out one of these suggested videos, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.